key towns comes to an end. Welcome back. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi is to begin a tour of Asia later today. The one-week tour will take the head of state to Singapore, Indonesia and China. During the visit, President al-Sisi is to meet with the leaders of the three countries to tackle means of boosting ties and attracting investments. Singapore will be al-Sisi's first stop in the first such visit by an Egyptian president, which will see him tackle cooperation between the two countries in the fields of managing resources and education. During his visit to Beijing, the president is expected to attend commemorations of World War II, centered on a massive military parade in the heart of Beijing, and to sign a number of cooperation agreements. The head of the Higher Election Commission, Councillor Ayman Abbas, said that he would hold a press conference at the State Information Service at 7 p.m. on Sunday, Cairo local time. Abbas added that the Commission would announce the procedures and dates for the upcoming parliamentary polls expected by the end of this year. In a statement, spokesman for the Commission, Councillor Omar Marwan, said that the panel would formally invite citizens to the polls and declare the conditions and dates for candidates to file their nomination papers. An Egyptian court has sentenced 3 Al Jazeera television journalists to 3 years in prison for operating without a driver's license and broadcasting material deemed harmful to Egypt's national security. The verdict in the Tree trial was issued against Mohammed Fahmy, a naturalized Canadian who has given up his Egyptian citizenship, Behed Mohammed, an Egyptian, and Australian Peter Greste, who was deported in February. Minister of Foreign Affairs Sameh Shoukry meets with the Deputy Foreign Minister of the Democratic Republic of Congo, Frank Malila, in Cairo. During the meeting, the two diplomats will discuss bilateral relations as well as means of boosting ties in all fields. They will also discuss a number of regional and international issues of mutual concern, including developing the African continent and means of combating terrorism. Let's head over now to Syria, where a truce between regime forces and rebel groups in 3 key towns ended earlier today as the warring parties resumed shelling and clashes. Head of the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights said the pro-regime forces, including Lebanon's Shiite Hezbollah, had agreed on a 48-hour ceasefire until dawn on Saturday in the rebel bastion of Zabadani and the government-held villages of Foua and Kafraya, adding that clashes and shelling had now resumed in the 3 areas. Foua and Kafraya are the last 2 regime-held villages in Syria's northwest Idlib province and have been surrounded by a rebel alliance, including Al-Qaeda's affiliate, Al-Nusra Front. A policeman was killed and 7 people were wounded, including a child, in an explosion on Friday evening in a predominantly Shiite district of Bahrain's capital, Manama. The country's information minister said the explosives used in the apparent bomb attack were very similar to those